This is Chris Brigandy and Chris Caserta from Brigandy Coins and Collectibles, New York City. Happy President's Day. Today we're going to talk about some great presidential items. Collecting presidents is very popular. It doesn't matter if it's an autograph, an original campaign poster, original tin type photograph. Signed baseballs are really collectible as well. Believe it or not, most people are kind of surprised to hear that, but collecting signatures of presidents on a baseball is something really popular. Also, campaign pins, very popular to collect. Even first ladies like Jackie Kennedy are very popular. The coolest item we have today is an autograph signed by John F. Kennedy. It's from his days in the Senate, and Chris is going to tell you a little more about that.
Yeah, guys, so as you can see right here, we have this United States Senate Chamber Pass signed by Kennedy during his days as a Massachusetts state senator. If you're getting a little closer over here, you can see the date, dated April 20th, 1954. The pass that JFK issued was issued to Miss McWilliams, Miss Mildred McWilliams, who was a Democrat, very busy behind the scenes, in the 1950s, big supporter of Kennedy, and she was very instrumental in the progression of women's rights in the 50s. Fun fact about her also is that she was the first female director of the United Auto Workers Union. So JFK signed this pass and issued it to Miss McWilliams to attend a Senate chamber hearing. But this wasn't just any Senate chamber hearing. This is right in the middle of the Red Scare with Senator Joe McCarthy. And so JFK issued this pass so she could attend those hearings. Basically, to sum it up, as most of us know, the McCarthy hearings were during a time where Senator Joe McCarthy was accusing a lot of people and a lot of high-up people of being communists, politicians, figures in the entertainment industry, even the United States Army. So this was, a pretty big, event in United States history. So JFK signed this pass, and it allowed, Miss McWilliams to attend. If you get in a little closer on the piece, we'll just look at the condition of it. Obviously, the pass itself is pristine. The edges are great. The original rounded corners look really good. In the background, you see the vignette. You have the American Eagle, obviously, a patriotic symbol. And the Capitol building in the background. If you look at JFK's signature, this is what we consider, an early style signature. It's a little bit more legible than, examples you see during his term as president. It's nice and bold, very dark, black fountain ink, and that's what you look for in JFK, really in any signature as well. It's a great piece, and anything else to add to it, Chris?
Sure. So let's talk a little bit about the value of something like this. So anything signed by JFK, even if it's a piece of paper, is going to be at least a couple $1,000s, maybe even more, a few thousand if it's really nice. Now, something with a nice government letterhead or stationery like this is going to be more money. It's going to be more desirable because it's really nice. So something like this is $3,000 to $5,000. However, because it has great content and it's about the Red Scare, which is a very important historical moment in in United States history, because of that, it's more valuable. So something like this is appraised about $5,000 to $7,000 because you can connect it to a historical event. McCarthyism and the Red Scare. To give you an idea of what it was like in the 1950s with Joe McCarthy, it's almost like present day with you have a president like President Trump accusing Democrats of being commies, and you have liberals, Democrats of accusing Donald Trump of being a dictator or having ties to Russia. So the fact that all the people are supporting both of these, and the fact that the media is running with both of these stories, is basically almost identical to how the Red Scare was going in the 1950s. So that kind of puts it into context, give you a little better idea about it. I wanted to tell you one more thing before we go. Tell them about John F. Kennedy and Joe McCarthy, their personal relationship.
Right. So, obviously JFK, Democrat, and then Joe McCarthy, he was on the other side as a Republican. So all of JFK's Democratic colleagues and friends obviously did not respect and get along with Joe McCarthy. However, JFK was the outlier. They were actually very good friends. The Kennedys and Joe McCarthy were very close family friends. The main reason through our research, because of the close bond between the two, was their ties to the Catholic Church. So that's how, JFK's father and his brothers and himself, they all became very close to Joe McCarthy. So during this time when JFK's colleagues were, attacking Senator Joe McCarthy, JFK kind of stood back and let things go by as a Democratic senator because he was his friend. And he even, JFK even admitted later on that, he kind of stayed out of it just because most of JFK supporters respected Joe McCarthy, and they almost thought of him as a hero. Even though they were Democratic supporters, the strong ties to the Catholic Church, JFK actually really respected Joe McCarthy, which is surprising to hear, considering everything that was going on at the time.
But that's politics, right?
That's what
Republicans,
happens.
Democrats behind the scenes. So this is some awesome stuff we got. Again, presidential collectibles, whether it's autographed or original campaign items or even First Lady items, are super collectible. And this is the type of stuff we keep in inventory here. So if you have any questions, please give us a call or send us an email, info@brigandicoin.com, or come walk into our store here on 57th Street and Park Avenue in New York City. Thanks again, and we really hope you liked the video.
Thanks, guys.